Hi everyone, Jamie here. I'm in Arizona at Picacho Petroglyphs Trail, and I have a confession to make. Usually when I come into these sites, I come in blind, meaning if I do happen to see a picture or an image of the petroglyphs before I get there while doing my research, I make sure not to look into it, not to try and find out anything from the pictures before I get to the actual site. This time I actually did look into it, and I received a lot of things from some panels that I saw, and it's a deep story. It's a deep story about abduction, and I want to share that with you. But now that I'm here at the site, I just kind of want to let all that go and see what I get from the pictures in person. But I will go into that story that I received earlier as we look at the pictographs, and I'll explain what I received before I ever got here. Okay, it looks like we have some markings here on this rock here. And here as well. Oh wow. Oh wow, I'm glad I turned the corner. Can you see this? Let's see if I can get it without the sun glare. Look at that. Okay, I want to talk about this. This is the one that I saw. Oh look, here's more here. So this one in particular is one that I saw before I got here. This is the abduction story. I saw the indigenous person who did these images, and normally we think of them, what we see in our history is long straight hair, well groomed. That's not the case with what I saw with this indigenous person. They had very wild hair, kind of cut short at the shoulders, and bangs, and kind of roughly cut and quite wild. And they were inscribing these images on these rocks as a warning and in a lot of fear, because of the experience that they had just had. Wow, they're all over the place. We'll look at the others in a bit. So this is showing he was here and he was taken up there. So this was an abduction. And there's another image when we come to it that I'll explain a little bit more about it. But yeah, he was here and he was taken up to a ship. So we'll talk more about that in a minute. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Oh, I'm so excited. Here, you can kind of see it better when I get closer. Make sure we can get as much of it as we can. Wow. I'm gonna see what I can get from this, and then we'll pick up again. There's more over there. Don't know if I can get it all. sun there on the top. Wow. This is crazy. Okay, this is part of a scene that I saw in my vision. All these circles within a circle, they're part of it. These are incredible. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to climb and see all of them, as I'm not the best climber. And this might be as far as I can go. Some of them had to have been grand feats just to get up there, I guess. Some people can do it. For me, it seems too much. Okay, we may not see them all. Okay, I'm up here above the Arizona landscape with those amazing panels. It's quite a ways down there. Okay, so I want to talk about what I received before I got here. So when you see the circle within the circle, that's similar to what I saw on one of these. I don't know if I've been able to take a picture of it. I think it was one of the high ones I can't get to. There's a circle within a circle. The inner circle has spokes coming out. So what that is the abduction. So it's a scene like I've never seen before. Never seen it in any movie. I've never heard anybody talk about an abduction like this. So it's like I say, it's just as surprising to me as it is to you when I receive these things. So it was like an arm with like a circle with tentacles around it, almost like a hand. Imagine my hand, but tentacles all the way around my hand with a hole in the middle. And that's what came down and took up the man. And then as he went in through the hole, there was an arm, not like mine, not with joints, a smooth tube that went from where he was pretty much suctioned up all the way to the ship above. And he was conscious when he was sucked up through the tentacles. By the time he got to the ship, he was unconscious. And it was, after that, it was kind of the typical thing put on a table. And he woke up at some points through the proceedings, and he saw some mechanical things that he wasn't used to seeing, some straight edges, metal, things like that. And there's some panels here depicting those. A lot of the things that are square in these panels are that. Some of these are depictions of beings that he saw, and when he was put back and came back to himself, he was very upset about the experience, and so he started to draw about it, write about it. And to me, he came up to do it as high as he could here, as a message to others and to the ship that took him. Some of these panels are facing the sky. So it's a message to them as well. Like, for instance, I had not seen this one before I came here, and I just looked at it, and of course that's the sky and the stars. And there's like a creature over here. Let's see if we can get a picture of it without me dying. So this, it's hard to see, but it's a creature. So this was definitely an abduction story. Again, that's mostly what I've received before I got here. So I'm gonna take a few minutes and see what I can get from it. I'm gonna kind of let all that go and see if anything else comes. Towards the top there of that rock, there's sort of a honeycomb shape. And at the beginning of my other worldly journeys, I came across a lot of honeycomb shapes. There being some in space. This is like a fish. This is the craft. This is how he's describing the craft. That it's like a fish in the water. He has no words or no understanding to explain what happened to him and explain what a spaceship is. There's no air flight. You know, you'd think maybe he'd use a bird, but this is a fish. And this is how he sees it, like a fish in the sky. Some of these other scribbles, like the square things, those can be mechanical things that he saw while he was on the ship. And what I'm getting the most from this space is his pure agony. He was in such turmoil. He was crying. He was in despair over what happened to him, which is why he wanted to put this story here as a warning for others. But as I said, some of them are also a message to those that took him. So yeah, I'm receiving the same thing I got when I was looking at it from a distance. So that's fascinating to me. I've never tried that before. I'm gonna get down and then maybe we can talk some more about it. All right, I'm safely back down. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. I'm not much of a rock climber. I kind of wanted to scan more from down below and see if there's anything that we missed that's pretty accessible. Oh my God, there's so many. There's so many. He went really wild. Okay. I'm going to try to videotape from down here and see what we can get. Oh, wow. There's some right here. Oh my God. Oh my God. I haven't seen this before. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so excited. That is the image. That is what I saw. Okay. let me clarify this. I have not seen this image before. I have not seen this image. All I saw was what some people had posted about the site, and not all of these are posted. So I've yet to see this image, but this is a perfect depiction of what I saw in the vision. So let me see if my finger is gonna blur it. This circle, this is how he was pulled up into that circle, and then it had the tentacles all around it, except the tentacles were longer. But I think this is just his depiction of it. This is incredible. And then he was pulled through this tube, and it looks like the drawing stops there. Wow. This is like what it looked like as it was coming for him. He was looking up, and this was coming for him. Sorry, my fingers here. Coming for him, and he came right in through this hole here. To me, this is just like flying. His depiction for flying, like going up. Wow, this is a confirmation for me. I always appreciate those. It means so much to me when I know I can trust the information that I'm receiving, because I get these confirmations. Oh, I wish I was a rock climber, because there's so many more. They're everywhere, but we know what they mean, right? We know what they're about. That's what we came here to find out. I highly recommend this spot. There's more here. I don't know if you can see, they're kind of in the shade, but there's more. Okay, if I continue to receive any more about this location, I'll make sure to include it. Thank you for coming along with me. This is what it's like to travel with a site. Hi there. Okay, I'm leaving the Picacho Petroglyph site at the moment, and I'm just receiving a little bit more. I wanted to know, what the man was doing there. Why was he there? And I got the same impression that I got the first time I looked from a distance, and that was that he was just passing through. It wasn't really his home. He was literally walking through the area when this happened to him. And I asked about some of those squiggle lines that we saw. These squiggles that we saw are his description of his journey through the sky. So where he thinks he was taken, and where he went in this ship. So that's what those are. That he traveled all throughout the sky. So it seems like he remembered quite a bit, not everything, but he did wake up and remember quite a bit of his experience. And I also got the impression that he came back again to this site later in life. When I saw him, he was very young, a young man. So I'm saying like early 20s, and then I see him coming back a bit older, like maybe like late 30s, and kind of sitting at the site again and just remembering his experience, and maybe opening up to another experience that I don't think came. So that's what I got so far. Really an amazing site. It was a great opportunity for me to see how I can receive distance and in person. And thank you for coming along with me on this crazy journey. See you in the next adventure.